Alright folks, welcome to the Don's channel. I am the Don Father. I'm going to quickly do a little bit of AFL couch chat. It's just to talk about, obviously I've reviewed the footy over the weekend, so I don't need to go over it again. There was loads of good games. It's just great to see footy back as a whole. One thing that was brought to my attention, and I've actually seen a little bit of this guy, Pat McAfee in America. Obviously he's a YouTuber like myself, got a good studio there, a podcast and friends within the studio as well that are doing it. He's a very big setup going on over there, so congratulations for that, mate, if you ever watch this video, which I doubt you will. But anyway, because he has been doing little videos about footy, I think he's said that he fancies Collingwood to win the flag, which isn't actually a bad shout in itself. They actually are a good footy side. They are known as the Colin Wobbles because they always make it so far and then fail at the final hurdle. But I believe that he's obviously had the idea of Collingwood to win the flag because of his fellow countryman Mason Cox, who plays for them. So that's fair enough. At the end of the day, if there was a Scotsman playing AFL right now, or a couple of them, and they played in the one team, I would probably automatically, and I was new to the sport, never really followed it before, I would probably go with that side because they had the Scottish influence there. So you can understand that, and it's just great to see obviously international players playing in the sport anyway. So on to the real reason why I was talking about this, the actual international attention that footy is getting right now is absolutely fantastic. I think everybody knows through my channel, I'm doing my bit here in the UK, Northern Ireland, I would say parts of the Republic as well, where there's already a little bit of AFL fan base here. Obviously they've got their leagues here in Europe, and I know they have them in America, but as a sport, it's not a massively internationally watched sport as such. But I noticed something over the weekend because of this sort of steady uploading and attention that Pat McAfee has been given the AFL. There has been a lot, and I mean a lot, of comments from people all over America who must follow him for his other stuff that he's talking about on his channel, actually saying they fell in love with footy, they fell in love with the AFL, and I think it's fantastic. Not too sure what games they watch, but they're nothing but positive feedback from what they've watched, and this is due to what him actually shining a little bit of light on it, and also the current COVID-19 situation where footy's back and the sport in North America actually isn't. It's giving people a chance to discover this sport that we all love. And I think it's fantastic. I will continuously do my bit with the AFL, where I'll be uploading all the time, and I share it around people I know, and I'm sure people are pretty much bored stiff of listening to me talking about footy all the time over here, because they don't really watch it as intensely as I would. So it's great to see other YouTubers, international ones, and I mean legitimate ones, not just reaction now, a legitimate podcast there talking about it, because that is something that I plan on doing a lot more myself, is talking about the sport. It is a great sport. We know how much I love the sport because of its physicality, but there's a lot more to footy than that. I mean, there's rivalries for a start that you've seen over the weekend, which are all great sport, fierce rivalries. We've witnessed the showdown there, completely one-sided on the day. We've seen Geelong Hawthorn, we've seen a Melbourne Classic between Richmond and Collingwood, which was actually a very low scoring game in the grand scheme of things, and it was the first draw in 103 years between the two sides, which was quite fascinating really. But I hope this is the start of many more international YouTubers, and maybe even bigger sports media outlets, proper legitimate ones out there, doing more on Aussie rules, because it is definitely up there with one of the best games in the world to watch, if not the best in some ways. There's such a fast flow to it. When for example, in rugby, if the play stops dead for a tackle and you get pinned down, they dick about with it for so long before any decisions are made. In AFL, it's like, stop, ball up and crack on again. Ball goes out of play, it's through back in rapidly from the ump and then away back on. There's very little time where the play stopped. The longest time the play stopped outside of an injury, a serious injury, is after a goal scored and all the celebrations and then getting them back into the centre of the footy field for play to commence. So it's a very fast flowing game, it's very hard hitting, very physical, gladiator sport, but there's so much finesse and skill involved as well, and I just think it's a complete sport. So I'm absolutely delighted. I just felt I wanted to say this anyway, that I think Pat McAfee's done a great job in highlighting how good a sport this is to the American audience and probably Canadian audience as well, whoever follows him, and I'll continuously do my bit here in Europe as well and hope we'll get more European attention. I am going to be doing, and I had hoped to do it in 2021, go and do some of the Irish AFL and maybe Scottish if I get the chance as well, but obviously due to everything that's happened there's been none of the footy going on here, so that's very, very disappointing. But anyway, now that footy's back down under, I'll be promoting it as usual, as what I always do. And if you're new to the channel, guys, subscribe to the channel. It's going to be loads of content. There's going to be podcast stuff where we're going to be just talking about the sport. I'm going to be doing live quizzes, one coming very, very soon, so stay tuned for that, and please do participate in it. It'll be a live stream, so that should be good fun. Obviously my reviews, reactions, I've got AFL tipping going on, I've got Super Coach going on, which I'm probably pretty average at, to tell you the truth, but I'm hoping now with a couple of trades in my Super Coach that I'll be able to improve my side. I brought Xavier Duursma in from Port Adelaide, and I can't remember who else I brought in there off the top of my head, but anyway, I plan on getting my team up to a better standard over the next couple of weeks once I can start trading more. There's players there in my team that probably won't get played, or they're just not as good as they should be. It's a very difficult thing to do, the Super Coach, and it's down to the budget you get. I mean, and that is the right way to do it, because if you give people a tight budget, it makes it a lot more competitive and a lot more difficult. Plus, you have to keep your eye on the ground and see what is actually happening in the current footy ladder in case there's injuries or whatever. Anything can happen, so you have to keep your trades up. It's just a bit of fun, and it's something I'm doing with the channel as well. So if you are new, do subscribe, put the notifications bell on, and check out all our social media platforms. Follow us, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. I do have an AFL page on Facebook, the Don Fathers AFL group. Check it out. Ask to join and we'll accept your request and you get you on there. It's pure footy chat, all light-hearted fun, and I hope you'll enjoy it if you do join. So that's it. Thanks very much, everyone, and thanks very much, Pat McAfee. I'm going to send him this video and hope that he does watch it, because I like the sort of thing that he's doing there. That's a good sports setup he's got. That's something I want to do further down the line. So I'll certainly be watching more of his stuff now to get a little bit tips, see what he's doing, because it's obviously very successful and it's a direction I want to take the channel in, talking about more than just AFL, more sports as well, because we are, most people that like footy are sports fanatics. Down under, Australians are massive sports fanatics, and so am I. So that's the direction. I want to have podcast type thing going on and have guests and talk to people on the phone and put these videos up. I've already had a couple of like very enjoyable interviews that I've done from an ex-WAFL footy player and an ex-SANFL superstar as well, so they were great, and obviously talking to the fans as well and having live chats with the fans of the sport. That's another thing that I enjoy doing too. So thanks very much, everyone, and I'll talk to you all soon. Goodbye.